Holy cow, you guys. I think this is the first time I've sat down all day today. You know, I just, you know, had a nice list of things I wanted to do. I was like, oh, I bet I can go like live during the midday. As if. Okay, let me make sure everything's on here. What day? Today, it's the 2nd. What is going on? Okay. Okay. Save. Turn this on. On. Now, where's my peeps? Where are my peoples? And, oh lordy. Watch for the, oh God. The buffering. Yes, that's what I want. Oh, yay! Now, show me. Yay! Woo! Hit the like button, you guys. Whew. Okay. Pammy Sue. Marjorie. Holly. Rita. Hey, T-Barb. Oh, hey, Tisha. Spiritual. Bonnie. Beth. Denise. Karen. Very happy to see you guys. Hey, Connie. Marie. GM Dave. Yes, please hit the thumbs up. It helps me so much. Hey, ReginaB. You had an excellent question today on the Twitter machine. I was like, my purpose for my entry. A huge thing that I want to talk about tonight. Clarence is in the house. Woo! Okay, I am one. Haze, that's a new name. Where did you go? I lost it. Hi, Laura. Okay, so hi, Carla. Hi, Cartomancy. So, you guys, welcome new subscribers. People that are new, I'm so happy to see you. It is Mercury retrograde, and you are in the right place. If you found this channel during Mercury retrograde, this is like written in the stars. You're exactly where you want to be. I want you to know I do the tarot and the astrology a little bit different than most people. My method has kind of taken on its own life in the past year or so. I started this channel 2 years ago, and it has evolved. This method, though, has been so powerful and very consistent over the chaos of the last 2 years. So, I want to make sure there are some things I might talk about later that might buffer. So, I'm going to add that to the list for later because, yeah. We'll save this for the end. I got to check for buffering. That guy we've talked about recently. So, in case you didn't get the memo, hold on to your butts. Basically is what this quarter moon was. It happened at 3:30 in the morning on the East Coast. And I just was able to take a quick peek at it last night. I was like, oh boy, things are going to take off fast. And it's like, and we're in Mercury retrograde off of a giant eclipse, and it is going to be pandemonium. And this is where we're headed, this type of energy, into the balsamic moon in this last third quarter moon, into the new moon. So my advice to all of you, if your day is like mine today, which I already started my list because I don't want to do this anymore, of what I need to add to my new moon wishes come, or my new moon contracts, when we have that new moon in Gemini, because the frustration that a balsamic moon or this final week brings up when we're getting a lot of stuff, that is also the message from the universe. You don't like it? How much don't you like this? How much are you willing to pay attention, to make a plan, to consciously extinguish this crap from your life? How much have you been putting up with that's just been showing up in your life now that you're like, no, I don't want to do this anymore? Like, for example, I'll give you an example of what happened today. We've all, being in lockdown, the one thing people have said is, I don't think I want to commute anymore. I don't want the pandemonium craziness of running all around with the kids to activities, trying to figure out dinner, that crazy schedule. I also said, you know what? I don't think I want to do that either. And I foolishly was thinking it didn't really apply to me because I've got one that graduated and one who's in high school and school's out. Holy crap. Just holy crap. Since she's been done, I have been as busy as I was, I think, pre-lockdown. Spirit is saying, well, not quite, but it is that much of a pull that you don't like it and it's uncomfortable and it's not your style. It wasn't your style then. Today's I'm gonna go live midday. This will be nice. I'm gonna do this and this and this and this and this. No, what happens midday? Oh, I have a banquet today. What banquet? For our team sport for JV, and I need to go get my nails done now. We have to leave like right now so that I can be back. And I'm getting this. I have to get dressed. Oh, and can you pick up the ice cream? Because I said I would pick up the chocolate and vanilla ice cream. I need a gallon each. I'm like, a gallon each? What's that? So, and our neighborhood is under construction with new roads. So if you want to get somewhere, you're going at like 5 miles per hour trying to get some, because we're kind of like on one lane roads here because it's a really kind of old historic little town. They're one lane roads. So I got to pull over for like the semi and the roller thing that flattens the roads. And then, okay, pick her up. Okay, gonna go pick them up after school. I gotta get dinner ready. Oh, there's a festival going on in this town. There's never festivals here because we've been on lockdown. And my God, people are walking for blocks with their pets. I had no idea this thing was going on. So now it was like that over and over and over. And then of people coming, and then I just want the plan ahead of time. You get what I'm saying. This is a lot of activity. This is a lot of moving around locally. Travel locally in your neighborhood is Gemini. We talk about lands far away, long distance travel overseas. It has to do with the 9th house. Don't talk a lot about travel, day-to-day routine, where you go in your neighborhood, like even your routine with your social media, where you check in which sites first. That's a very Gemini thing. The sun is in Gemini. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is retrograde. So we're reevaluating all of these things that are Gemini related. Children, neighborhoods, schools, routines. So all of that is coming up and showing up. And the other thing that happened today, and I did this here, or maybe, well, it happened within the last 24 hours. Oh my goodness, thank you. Oop. My asteroid Pallas Athena. Pallas, she's got this sign. She's not Wonder Woman. I think that's supposed to be Diane. But anyway, those of you who have been with me, I've talked about this asteroid Pallas as Wonder Woman because she's feminine, she's a warrior, she's got great strategy fighting, she's got some of that divine feminine within her that kind of lays down the gauntlet and is going to fight through stuff and win. This is what happened today. That planet Neptune, which has been at 22 degrees Pisces. And Pisces, Neptune, this is actually the planet that I associate with Donald. Oh, thank you, Marie, so much. That I associate with Donald. When he shows up, he's Neptune for me because of the gaslighting, the lying, the haze, the confusion, the blah, 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 the endless verbal diarrhea, the endless rabbit holes. Neptune represents, like our oceans, our seas, but it is boundless. So when you get that endless verbal diarrhea from him, that's kind of that. Neptune disguises hidden toxins. Neptune has to do with the area of our chart, the 12th house, where there's secrets. It's your blind spot. It's your hidden enemies. It's your retreat. It's your healing. It's your spiritualism. It's, where your angels, your guides, you communicate. 22 Pisces, Neptune has been in its dominion. Today, Pallas Athena punched ahead of Neptune. And what happened? It's like she punched a hole through that aura of confusion, gaslighting, disinformation. And it's just like, do you guys ever see those entertainers who get those giant balloons, and like maybe they'll step inside of them, or maybe they'll fill a giant balloon with some sort of gas or like glitter, and then it pops, and it's like for a moment you can see the shape where all that stuff was held, and then all of a sudden like the wind comes in or the gravity takes over and it just falls to the ground. That's like what Pallas Athena did today. She punched through that aura of Neptune, which has left Donald pantsless, which took down his website because he is humiliated. He sees the truth. Pallas punched a hole through this aura and it's falling apart. This is really, really cool. We've had our eye on Pallas Athena for a while. And in the United States chart, I can't remember if it was the United States chart or it was the SaturnPluto return, she was conjunct the USA moon. So she's been like fighting for us this entire time, and she's punched through. I don't know if she's already orbited, but anyway, so that happened. So there's no more haze and confusion. Doesn't it seem like you can see right through the GOP everything? I was shocked. I was listening to Joy read a little bit today, and she was going on in detail explaining disinformation, misinformation. This is what they say. This is what this means. And then if we react, this is what the plan is. This is how they use it against us here. They weaponize it here. La, la, la. I'm like, oh my goodness. This discussion is going mainstream. I think it's because Pallas punched through here and Wonder Woman Joy Reid gave us the lowdown and how this whole thing is working. Okay, let me check in with you guys real quick. How are you? How are you? Yes, and it took Netanyahu down as well. I haven't even been able to there's so much I haven't been able to catch up on. Yeah, his vlog was up for 29 days. Okay, so that was like 30 days ago. I think lately I've been saying these guys who are being so reactionary right now didn't have their act together. They thought they were going to charge ahead with something. This is where we have the leverage. We've been planning since last November with our new moon wishes to create a path of where we were going, and creating a path for those bad guys that they would get Donald would get caught up in. We would like to see him not be popular, not have attention, just go away. Well, who starts off a new solar cycle, a new zodiac cycle, an Aries new moon with a crappy website that you are reacting to the current trends? That's how his website was a failure. The Aries new moon is one of the most important. They're all very important, but that sets the tone for the entire zodiacal cycle. And this is how he starts and falls. I mean, truly, this is how full of themselves they were with their plans. There was no they never had a backup because they didn't think they needed to have a backup. And so just watch. He's fallen on his face now with that website. Everything they've tried since then, and also with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction having its first solar cycle this year, they're done. They're just going to keep falling over and tripping over their feet. Okay, let me get a drink of water. I'm already very thirsty. Actually, I'm double fisting. I've got my water. I've got my coffee. Okay. So that's something that happened. This day has felt like pandemonium because of this new moon chart. I want to say something about the sense of instability we're feeling. Does anybody feel like we're on a giant teeter-totter? And things can just quickly get out of balance and we're just kind of trying to hang on. Maybe it's not so much that we've hit turbulence. It feels like whitewater rafting, but we're safe and we're kind of enjoying it, but we're kind of scared. Kind of like that. Well, you have to, this is what's going on. This is instability. We are still in the new moon Taurus lunation. We're still trying to get to the Gemini new moon, but Taurus has not closed everything out yet. And instability is not the hallmark of Taurus, which is a fixed earth sign. This thing is hard to get going. It's hard to get the engine going when it's got to go. But when it goes, it keeps going and going. And then to slow it down, you have to work to ratchet it down a little bit. This Taurus likes comfort, security, to bask in the sun. Does this feel like that? No, it feels very unstable. And this is the reason why. Because we had this new moon in Taurus. The first one since our solar cycle, Saturn, Pluto, Saturn, Jupiter. Uranus is there. So we have all the upheaval with the change in world power and government structure. The change with leadership, royalty, the leaders of the world. With this new moon Taurus with Uranus here. Uranus is that planet of chaos. It feels like kind of these hurricane winds that we are on. It would just blowing stuff everywhere. Plus, we're in Mercury retrograde. Plus, we had a giant supermoon in Sagittarius, which, because it's ruled by Jupiter, amplified everything and blew it all up. It was like, oh, you want to see some instability? I got a lot of that for you. A lot. Giving us more and more and more of that. So that's where these feelings are coming from. So if you're feeling like this is about par for the course, and you're doing and feeling what you should be doing and feeling. And if you don't like it, make note of that so that you can start, you can refine through the day. But, it would be beneficial to try to slow things down or mind your Saturn, wherever that is in your chart, because Saturn brings stability to things. So who's winning out in the tug of war between Uranus and Saturn? They're in a square. That would be Uranus and Taurus. We are in this lunation of Taurus. Okay, so that's what that instability feels like. Let's look at this first quarter moon chart. Now, this is the chart here over Washington, D.C. See, I can't make up my mercurial mind trying to integrate information. This is what's going on here. The first thing you will notice on all the angles of the chart, the ascendant, the rising sign over Washington, D.C., the top of the chart, the 10th house, the descendant, the 7th house, the lower heaven, the 4th house. They're all cardinal signs. We've got Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, and they're in the positions that they really feel at home at because that's kind of what they do in those areas. So we have cardinal energy all over this. In the sign of Aries, it's like, woohoo, let's go get them. This Aries, I feel like, is like, I'm having like a second new moon type of thing. Aries has the stage, and if Aries has the stage, Aries is ruled by Mars. So Mars, oh my God, you guys. Down here in the 4th house of Cancer. Now I know some do not like the Mars in the Cancer, and they don't think it's beneficial. I think it's hugely beneficial as a sports enthusiast who loves her defensemen and her goalies, because Mars, you will find in Cancer or Pisces with phenomenal defensemen and goalies. Because what do? They defend home. They protect home. They protect their team. They're like enforcers of a team. In hockey, you get your enforcers out there who go out and try to, fisticuffs and rough things up because, like, hey, don't you be touching my star player. Those are your enforcers. In Washington, D.C., at the bottom of the chart, we have the sign of Cancer. The United States is a Cancerian nation. She defends her people. We have a big, huge, giant family that we love and adore. And with this chart, this Mars is extra active because it rules the ascendant. On the very bottom of this chart, 13 Cancer. This is conjunct the United States Sun at 13 degrees Cancer. She's actually just like right on the other side of this in the 3rd house, which means she's having the last say, the last word in deals and negotiations. And she is like laid down the gauntlet and is like, this is what I'm going to do, you mofos. Mercury is retrograde. I've had enough with your nonsense. Mercury here in Gemini in the 3rd house, no less, where it's going to work really powerfully. We also have Venus here at 29 degrees Gemini, which last year, on the first day of summer, we had a new moon solar eclipse, and the North Node was at 29 degrees Gemini. So this quarter moon also activated that eclipse from the first day of summer last year, which was the day we moved into, or June 19th, no, the first day. This is when I moved into my new house. So yeah, my routine is really kind of crazy right now. So the United States, it's like this whole chart, what's balancing on a fulcrum, the gravitational point here in Washington, D.C., that the United States and the world is balanced on. It almost feels a little bit like a sword of Damocles in the fact that every moment, every decision, every thought matters because it goes into the whole. There's a lot of serious business going on. This explains the serious vibe that I've been getting, but confident and relaxed from this administration. The media would like you to believe it otherwise. I'm not getting sucked up into that stuff except for like throwing taroscopes and trying to figure out what's going on. So this is what it's all balanced on. The United States defending home. It's like USA realizes we are battling the soul for the soul of our country. What President Biden has said since he started to run, since he announced his candidacy, battling for the soul of America. Here it is, you guys. He has had plans in place since at least 6 months before he was selected the nominee. Because knowing his Mercury and those type of things, when he sees what's going on, his mind is already churning through the options and details and law and networks and organizations and what a Congress would do. This guy has got a phenomenal brain and the way he organizes it. And I think that stutter of his is to remind him that the rest of the world has to keep up with his thoughts. It is nothing to be ashamed of. It was a God-given gift to make sure he could relate to the people and get us the message, because we cannot keep up with this. We cannot. So that's what's going on here. The other thing that's happening here, well, we've got another eclipse that's being activated. 24 degrees Cancer. You guys have been with me. I have talked about the Canopener eclipse. That was last July 16th, 2019. Has had its signature activated for a very long time because the sun was 24 degrees Cancer, the moon was 24 degrees Capricorn. And the reason why this this Canopener eclipse has had so much juice to it is because the planet Pluto, since then, has been rolling around between 23 and 26 degrees Capricorn. I think it spent last year about 6 months, 5 to 6 months at the 24 degree mark alone because it was retrograding. And the reason why I call it the Canopener eclipse is because this is the teeny tiny window. This is actually the can. That's the can. Because in Donald's natal chart at 23 degrees Cancer is his Saturn. At 25 degrees Cancer is his Venus. The Saturn always leads the Venus. Saturn is about obstacles and obstructions. How hard has it been to get any sense of what Donald does with his money and his family? Cancer, the sign of the family. His entire life, nobody can figure out what the heck is going on with his women, his money, his deals, votes, campaigns. Nobody could figure it out until we had this Canopener eclipse, because that happened at 24 degrees. It occupied this little space here where we finally were able to stick a wedge in there, grab the can opener, and slowly start cranking this space open so that eventually the obstructions would be separated, and the grip that the obstructions have on his money would be separated and open for all to see. It has taken almost 2 years to get to this point, but it is delivering. The other thing about this Canopener eclipse that was so consequential, when he was impeached, I don't know if it was like January 13th or January 14th, the sun that day was 24 degrees Capricorn. So what's happening here in DC, beneath the horizon, subterranean, underground, that nobody can really, like the stuff we really cannot see? Mars is at 24 degrees Cancer, and it is drilling down. It is going through multiple layers of crust of the earth, and it's popping out on the other side of the earth to China. And then on the other side of that is Donald and all of his crap. That's what's going on here. Does it feel like we've gotten access to his money, perhaps, maybe documents? The United States has decided it's time to defend ourselves, laying down the gauntlet. I've had enough of your nonsense with money. At this quarter moon, the Venus was at 29 degrees Gemini. Well, guess what? It's 24. It's 0 degrees Cancer right now, which is not good for the Republican Party, and I will get to that in a moment. Let me check in with you guys. How you guys doing? Hi, hello. Hello. Hi. Finally, right, Connie? Yep, he's a con artist for entertainment purposes. Connie, I think, yeah, you remember that reading? Yeah, it has been the most important eclipse. That was around July 16, 2019. There's a reading that I did around then There were several about how he's done. But there was one night where he seemed almost suicidal, and what the F. It was right around this one. He's been fighting that since then. Okay. So, and these are only a couple things I've discussed. On top of it, Mars is opposite transit Pluto at 26 degrees Capricorn. It's retrograde. It's in the skies of Washington, D.C. It's crowning the D.C. and the world, and everyone can see, man, this ship is sinking fast. Everybody knows the government is taking them down, and they have the power to do so. But meanwhile, there are some other distractions that are happening. I know they've talked a lot about this hacking stuff. I too have been talking about this hacking stuff since 2019. We could see stuff back then. I was doing readings a year ago, March, April, on U.S. aid until last fall, and how that agency was functioning for the Trump administration and with all those countries in Eurasia. Where are these hackers coming from? Those areas. So this chart, the gift of this quarter moon is that the North Node, which marks the location on the Earth, the Sun's path of the new moon eclipses. So that is at 10 degrees Gemini. As we were sliding into this quarter moon at 11 degrees 59 minutes Gemini, it was getting served up with this very prominent notion, the North Node. Go there. We're going to stay on our path, and we're going to get rid of all the crap we don't need. This is the determined focus that you can feel in the air. That North Node ushering the sun, our president, to stay on task. And he's like right there with Mercury retrograde and ahead of him. Meaning, I've thought so long about these things. I have this much time. I've got like 15 degrees worth of stuff to activate my plan. And it's coming here. And we're getting ready to go. So he can see, and he can see ahead what he has to defend. It is as clear as a bell to him. The sun representing the president in the second house here of income, gains, values, the substance of who we are and what we do. In the first house, what is this first quarter moon all about? Upheaval and change. There's Uranus right there. We get Mars saying, hello, we're going to defend home. And you know how we're going to do it? We're going to shake everything up, which is in square to Saturn. Shaking stuff up with friend networks from the past. That is also retrograde. So this is basically all I want to talk about right now. I'm sure other things will come up. Oh my, looky here. Because I was just getting ready to say, because I know other things are going to show up and say, hey, look at this. And I just spotted one. Okay, so at 29 degrees Scorpio, this is the 8th house cusp. I know I get a little confusing sounding when I'm talking about cusps because as I watch sports too in real time, this marker is the marker for the 8th house cusp. But that's not the way the Earth rotates. The Earth rotates like this. So if you have something coming to hit the 8th house cusp, ta-da, it's in the 7th house. And you're probably going to get scored on. But so that's why these things kind of go forwards and backwards. Okay, if that's ever been confusing to you. But this is like the magnetic line, the meteorological line, so to speak. 29 degrees Scorpio. Man, do I love this. We just got backup with a cavalry and spades, you guys, because at the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, this 29 degree mark was the asteroid America. So it's like she guards this cusp. Anything going this way, if you're our partner and we're going to have some shared resources, whether, I don't care if it's intel, espionage, money, or if you think you're going to sneak around here in Scorpio, you're not going to get past America with a Scorpio at all. You're not going to get past here with your money laundering because we've got the law over here with Sagittarius. And if things are going to, if the earth is, as the world turns, and as like with each progressing day or each progressing degree, suddenly something has to give and it's going to fall out of the sky like a bird laying an egg. And it's going to pop here. America Asteroid says, oh, I see what we have in this partnerships. What were you doing here? She has guard here. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So Asteroid America is holding the fort here. We got caught one time with our pants down because we had the asteroid Boehner here, which is like making the best out of bad situations at 28 degrees. But that could not help us at Pearl Harbor because I don't think it was the moon, but it was a significant strike was at 29 degrees Scorpio. We had nothing. We had nothing. So it's like Asteroid America, 29 degrees is pretty awesome at the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. And what really sucks over here at 29 degrees Taurus, if you're a Republican, is that your party has their sun here at 29 degrees Taurus. They're getting their butts handed to them, you guys. So likewise, what is leading the Republican Party? Mars. USA is going to defend herself from you. You're going to shake the heck up out of everything with your supposed humanitarian networks. And your back is right up against a wall of this second house cusp, meaning you have nowhere to hide. And now here is all the money. Show me the money. Show me what you're really made of. And you've got Mercury retrograde, so you can't hide behind bullshittery. You can't hide behind Neptune anymore because Pallas Athena punctured the aura of lying. They're done. They're toast. I can tell you a million ways how they're toast, but I will show you their chart again. So we've got this going on too. Oh. You know what else we got? 22 degrees. Sucks to be Donald. Because his sun and moon, he was born under an eclipse. They're both on the cusp here of the third house. What did I say about planets being on cusps? It's like it opens up every single door to every cusp for immediate access and communicating. This is why he's getting his behind handed to him, because all of this eclipse, I mean, it's not an eclipse. Well, it's an eclipse weather. It's the first quarter moon after, it's the third quarter moon, but the first quarter that we've had since this giant Sagittarius full moon eclipse. He can't hide from this either. It's like the World Wide Web is running circles around him, and all he can do is just stand there pathetically and morbidly obese with indigestion. It's all he can do. Oh gosh, there's just so much good here. This is interesting. USA Nessus, 9 to 10 degrees Pisces. This is very, oh, you guys, this is very, very good. Very, very good. I do not like this Nessus asteroid. I've talked about this Nessus asteroid when I was talking about, I can't say her name, so I call her G string because there's a buffering issue with her name. Mr. Epps, you know. Oh my God, I bet we're going to get more news about her. Oh man. Oh my God. Oh my. You guys, something big's going to happen. Something's going to, you guys. Okay, I gotta keep my brain together because it's like freaking out. Asteroid Nessus is the asteroid in your chart that shows up as your abuser. This Nessus is on the 12th house cusp. This is where your secrets are, your hidden enemies. Pallas Athena punctured the aura of Neptune today. Everything's revealed. Our abuser is also standing there in black and white, or no, technicolor, high noon. We see you and caught with the goods and what they did because he thought he was undercover all this time. No, this is all the abuse we as a nation, 13 degrees Cancer, have endured from enemies from within. And we got to talk about Juneteenth because it's all over this as well, and reparations. This is kind of mind-blowing to me. So we've got that Nessus here on the cusp, which, just like Don Julio, opens up all the doors and we get to see more of what everyone did. Nobody can hide. And the thing is with G-string, now she was born on Christmas Eve. I don't know if her Mars is here. She has a very prominent planet in her. This might be her lower heaven, United States Nessus abuse, because she has such a strong foundation in being able to abuse the United States and the people. So that is happening as well. For entertainment purposes only, YouTube. Thank you, Connie. Let me get a drink. Okay. So we got that going on. Now, this is the one thing I saw. Where is it? That just gave me chills. I've got goosebumps again. Like, teary-eyed for the good that we're here. And I'm kind of blown away because last year, starting with Mr. Floyd and those eclipses, the 14th Amendment kept coming up so prominently, which had to do with the basis of citizenship for freed slaves, that they were guaranteed that during the 14th Amendment. Now, I thought 14th Amendment, like I knew this was going to come up. No matter what, it was going to be a big, big, huge, huge thing. It is bigger than I could ever have imagined because it had to do with citizenship, and I thought that was related to voting. And then, as we got closer to January, there's a provision in the 14th Amendment. I don't know how this relates, but it has to do, is it the third part of the amendment that relates to President Ulysses S. Grant. Because during the time of reparations, what was happening in the South and during Reconstruction, he was having a lot of problem with white supremacists. It's called the KKK Act, because he wanted to sign this act. He needed this tool because what was happening in the South is that these people were acting out, intimidating people, burning down stuff, murdering people, that was going to make reparations impossible in Reconstruction. So this part of the 14th Amendment, I can't remember what it is, I thought that was what came up January 6th, and that was going to be one avenue that was going to sweep this up. No. No, we are literally talking about reparations. And the massacre in the Oklahoma, I don't know if I'm going to get buffered on that. I'm floored that this is coming out. Now, last year, I think I did 2 or 3 videos on why that was coming up, and I explained those charts in detail. But here, it's active again with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. I talk about this all the time, but I swear to God, you guys, this is the thing that changed world power and the structure of world governments for good. And it took about 7,000 years for this particular Saturn-Pluto to happen, because it also had the Sun in Capricorn, it had Jupiter in Capricorn, and it had Uranus in earthy Taurus. We're going back to ancient Egypt. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. So this is it, you guys. This is the structure. It keeps happening over and over again. So with this chart, again, like this chart, you know, I told you this first quarter moon, we're starting off with the United States. Holy crap, I'm going to faint. Okay, can I get ahead of myself? That the United States was going to defend herself no matter what. We have Mercury retrograde. We are going back. I've got several things that I have to deal with, and I've had it with Venus and the way you treat people and the way you use our resources. At the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, see, this is what makes me want to cry. The 14th Amendment, I just drew a 12 o'clock chart because I didn't know when they signed that, but I know that it was on July 9th. The sun that day was at, I need to write this out. On that day, the sun, so that you can see it, was 17 degrees Cancer, 56 minutes. This is the 14th Amendment. This lower heaven of the Saturn-Pluto conjunction is 17 Cancer, 41. We have the 14th Amendment sitting right there with our karma, with our people, with our injury. Now, this is activated at this 14th Amendment. Mercury was, get this, 25 Cancer retrograde. Donald's Venus, 25 Cancer. His values against the 14th Amendment. The Saturn-Pluto Canopener separating his value in substance from his authority. And look where we are now. I mean, that's the silver lining of all the bullshittery we went through. The United States Mercury is 24 degrees Cancer retrograde. So all this time, the United States Mercury at 24 degrees Cancer, this is how we talk, this is how we communicate. But we've got this Mercury from the 14th Amendment saying, hey, excuse me, but can't get a word in edgewise because this is ahead of it and it's retrograde and moving away from it. But now that is no longer as of this Saturn-Pluto conjunction. Holy crap. Okay. No, actually, I got this wrong, but it's not that wrong, but wait till you see this. Actually, so this is the Saturn. I need a new whiteboard. You guys are going to scream. Where's my other whiteboard? Someone take that whiteboard. Oh, come on now. Okay. I just have to erase a little bit. Where am I going to write this? Okay. The Saturn-Pluto, the lower heaven, is 17 Cancer 41. The lower heaven divides the third house from this fourth house. Okay? The fourth house does have 17 Cancer, 56, but I was wrong. This is the asteroid George Washington. Yeah. How do you like that? George freaking Washington. Right there, up against our karma and who we are and who we really are. And the 14th Amendment is at 17 Cancer, 40 degrees. 40 degrees, 41 degrees. Tell me, who has the last say in all this with our change and world structure and power? It's the 14th Amendment. Freed slaves, their right to citizenship. Okay, I got goosebumps. I wish I had some cool sound effects because I really would like some, you know, sprinkly bells or maybe some drum rolls because this is really profound. And the other reason why this Saturn-Pluto conjunction is so important right now, as I've been talking about cusps with you guys, when we had that full moon eclipse, do I have it here? That full moon eclipse, I think was at 5 degrees. Gemini, Sagittarius. The Saturn-Pluto conjunction, that is the axis where we had the full moon eclipse. The moon was right over here. And what leads it is that asteroid America, 29 Scorpio. The sun was over here at 5 degrees Gemini, and the GOP right here getting their butts handed to them. This opened it up. Does it feel like chaos? Yes, there's a lot of chaos. There's a lot of shifting going on. So if you've had enough, you guys, take a break. Write some notes on what needs to change for you that we need to work on with this next new moon Gemini. I keep seeing my little mergoat. She's like black and white and she's like clip art again, kind of floating there like, we've got some stuff to work on because we've kind of run out of juice of what we were doing before, but that's only as far as we could go. So this next new moon cycle, I have to do more of those new moon contracts with all of us more frequently. I backed off last time because it was in Taurus, and I did not want things to break apart with the way Uranus was behaving, squaring Saturn and Jupiter. So we need to get back to that. So does this make sense to you guys? Does it make sense? Thank you, Donalyn. What? Isn't it amazing? Yes, thank you, George Washington. I know, Marie Sutton, the turning point for humanity leading us into the age of Aquarius, civil rights. That was the Saturn-Jupiter back on the first day of winter. We're dealing with a lot of stuff and a lot of energy and a lot of stuff that has to be metabolized through the body, and it's really, really hard on the body. It's really hard on the mind. We're in Mercury retrograde right now. All this stuff might make sense right now, but I'm telling you, when we get out of this, we're going to be like, what was she talking about? What was that? And then poof, it's going to go away. But this is where we are. This is how much change we're in. So give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Everybody, even our enemies, is going through a hard time. And we're just going to appreciate where we are and how we are going to manage and leverage these energies for our happily ever after here for us in the United States of America. That's what we're doing, you guys. Okay, need some water. I gotta get a drink of coffee with my chaser of water. Okay. So, okay, yeah, so check. We explained the Juneteenth, the reparations. You guys, I've had a couple more visions. I'm just going to mention the one, maybe more. The one we found out, I had tweeted it, I don't know how long ago. You guys who are on Twitter, I think maybe you remember this. But I tweeted that all of a sudden out of the blue one evening, it was probably about 11 o'clock. Oh, I know what it was. I know what it was. Listen to this. So it was about 11 o'clock p.m. or midnight on the East Coast. And I was just like, doing my check-ins. And all of a sudden I felt like Lady Liberty, the United States, just kind of stood up, took some defenses, got her center of gravity, and flexed her muscles and went pow. Like something tried to come in, like a cyber thing, like an attacker in the night. Well, about an hour later, an article was published that's when there was an attack, and it's related to what's unfolding now with the meat industry. I felt that. The other night, was it just last night? I was like, you guys, something is up. Okay, I don't know, but, oh yeah, it was that one, something is up, and when I tuned into it, now this is where I might buffer. You see these names? I'm just going to say N, Nest, and then Matt. Matt claimed 2012, 2013, says he has a son named Nest that he met at a 2012 FSU football game. Nest has a sister. I don't know what her name is. I just always remember her handle on Instagram, but we'll just call her May. She has been gifted with like cars in the past. She, I think, was on the plane to the Bahamas with that Dr. Pirozzolo's girlfriend. You know what I'm talking about. So last night, I'm like, something is up. Something was so raging angry. I was like, is this the U.S.? Are we getting really mad? Is the administration so angry about they discovered something? They're trying to calm down? And it wasn't. It was this guy on such a furor last night. Really dark, nasty, very violent. Something happened. I will just sum up here and May. Somehow I think he got wind that maybe these two were cooperating, because it's kind of shown up here and there. They have a little bit of leverage because they've gotten sucked into this whole thing of him. And what's been showing the last couple of weeks, ever since this has been revealed, that like she's kind of the runner to the rusher, and he kind of is the runner with like data, digital currency, laundering, trafficking. They might even be recruiters, kind of like G-String was. This one, I think, is in danger. I think he has a little Trussian mafioso henchmen that have done major threats on these two. I don't like it. This guy was starting to look bummed out last week, kind of hopeless. She seemed kind of worried. I don't know what's going on, but it really came to a climax last night with him. Like scary, scary, scary stuff, dark stuff, the worst of the worst that happened. So if you guys get any news about these people, tag me, because I can't find anything. I'm not looking too hard, but I feel like they're getting disappeared accidentally on purpose maybe, or decided to leave and go back to Cuba maybe, but it's much worse than that. Okay, so I got that out. Okay, let's do this GOP chart, and then we'll do the TAROTSCOPE for this quarter moon, okay? Isn't this a great quarter moon of pandemonium? Isn't it awesome and exciting? This is why I don't get worried. I used to get very worried. If I stay too long on social media, or if I listen to the newscasters long enough, then I start to get, oh my God, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? But then tonight I kind of saw Rachel, there was a very good segment she had tonight describing what was going on and what she was worried about. And I was like, oh, covered that. We got it. Remember the last live I did? Biden keeps showing up. Like, finally, I pester or ask too many questions, he'll show up in my mind. We did that. We're moving on. In that tone that he says, get vaccinated. We've moved on. They totally have this. So, this is the Republican chart. Oh my God. So at this quarter moon, they're in so much trouble. They just have fun watching them trip over their feet. They say one thing, do another, and then there's a problem. Well, you know how here, our president is like, we've had enough. We see what you're made of, what you don't do, and we're done with it. 29 degrees Gemini, Venus retrograde, coming off this giant eclipse. The GOP sun is at 29 degrees Pisces, the very end of the road, the very, very end of the road, in square to this. Not only is it in square to where Venus is, I mean, this is their soul, their expression. In the 9th house of law and lands far away. It's also tied to the North Node and where we were going last year on the first day of summer and that new moon solar eclipse. This is set. Nobody can unset this. They're done. We have, just for fun, the reason why I keep saying they are tied to the Saturn-Pluto conjunction and their restructuring of world power and world governments, and I think this will apply to all the right-wing nationalists that the United States does business with or diplomacy with, which is basically the entire world. Because the way it's set in the United States on the ascendant with the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, we have 1 degree Taurus. The Republican Party, 1 degree Taurus, is their natal Pluto. This is their, like a Pluto return, but it's actually Uranus. Actually, they are in, holy crap, they're in their Uranus return. I talked about that because right now Uranus is, where are you? Right now Uranus is 12 degrees Taurus. A couple lunations ago, it was at 10 degrees Taurus. So this is what wipes them out, is their Uranus return from 1854. And this world power, what gives life to this chart in Washington, D.C.? 1 degree Venus. The 1st degree Venus with money. And the Republican Party at 1 degree Taurus is very destructive with money. And this destruction is going to be in the skies for all of us to see. They're done. Pluto is that planet. Life, death, transformation. It's very destructive. This is like their own self-destruction out of selfishness because they have been doing this forever. They won't move off of it. That is the power of the stability with Taurus. It takes a lot to get Taurus to change, and the Saturn-Pluto is going to do it, and we're watching it fall apart right now. There was, oh, what was the other thing here? There is something here. What is this? Diana the Huntress. At 0 degree Cancer, where we had our new moon solar eclipse last year on the first day of summer, was at 0 degrees Cancer. Right now, today, Venus values money home, moved to 0 degrees Cancer. This is activated here. The Republican Party has Diana the Huntress there, the asteroid. Basically, what I glean from it is Diana was not married. She was given the gifts of independence and freedom to fight and be amongst the beasts of the planet. She is also like a Wonder Woman. She is in the 3 or 4 asteroids with Pallas Athena. Diana, kicking ass. It can represent women. It can represent a voter. But this is like a breaking apart from, I'm no longer married to you, because this is in the area of our networks and our friends and humanity. People are like, bye-bye. See you later. And, oh yeah, and then their eclipses. Remember, the north node and south node of their chart was exactly lined up with that full moon Sagittarius. The north node at 4 Gemini, 40 degrees. So not only are they having their Uranus return, they're having their 18-year cycle of their north node in Gemini return and letting go of Sagittarius here and their moon, their dear leader. It's crazy. It's crazy. So, yeah, that's all we're going to talk about. You know what? Give me a sec. I think someone's outside my door. Okay, I'm live. Bye. No, they're just trying to figure out the laundry. It's Mercury retrograde, and I don't think the laundry is working out like it usually does. But I'll let them take care of that. Okay. Okay. So how are you guys feeling? You feeling okay? I feel good. I do want to catch up with everything because it's just nuts. Oh, one more thing. Yes. Okay. So today, the sun is 12 degrees Gemini. The sun represents the leader of a nation. And I love this so much. Back on December 14th, 2020, we had our new moon solar eclipse that was conjunct the south node, which equated to releasing a solar figure, releasing Donald. Bill Barr released him the next day and quit. Well, at the very bottom of this chart, that this entire eclipse is resting upon in Washington, D.C., is 12 degrees Gemini, 23. Enter President Biden. Stage left, stage right. Enter President Biden. There's the North Node. He's here to clean stuff up and take care of stuff. And that is where this quarter moon leads us. Home, the North Node, the Five of Swords dealing with the mafias. Titled. Yeah, he's got stuff to clean up. Fighting back. Did this set it going to our partners? He's got a genius plan he's got working on. He's already put that plan out there with other nation leaders. It's like he's transforming what Don Julio did. Whatever he did, he's changing it. Yep. That chart, the astrology card had the 8th house of beginnings and endings. Over here, That's the ending of Don Julio and the beginning of President Biden taking care of stuff. Getting stuff done. So awesome. I love it. 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 So, I haven't even had a chance to really look at these asteroids. I'm sure Holly has some good ones for us. Let's just do the TAROTSCOPE because I've covered a lot of ground here. I kind of want to keep these things simple during the retrograde, even though I have packed so much in. I'm going to get straight here. There we go. Okay. So, I haven't even had time to shuffle my cards, but I'm told I don't need to. You'll just turn them over as you need. Okie doke. I'm very thirsty. I just want to see where the moon is right now, so I can kind of get a feel for what's happening, because I'm kind of late. Oh, you guys! The moon is 22 degrees Pisces right now. It is in exact square. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. It is an exact square. It's getting good, you guys. To these cusps of the 3rd house, the 9th house, the law, the communications. It's going from income, substance gains, to documents, with Donald right there in the middle, saying, wishing he could chew off his arm and leave. It is also squaring this point of the 8th house, 7th house. We've got Asteroid America there too as well. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The 9th house, 22 degrees, lands far away. We've got the law enforcement, the Department of Justice, the FBI, and we've got other governments and lands far away. And this is Donald's moon. He wants to cry. He wants to shrink, but unfortunately, Pallas Athena punched through his Neptunian disguise. So he is SOL. I know. Damn the bad luck. Huh. Okay, so what are we doing here? Which way does this have to go? Okay. Where are my friends? I gotta get back to here. Okay. Okay. Yes, let's use some code names in the chat, because that has affected us in the past. Okay. So, Clarence Field, did the Parliament and the Senate have the power to stop Dems from doing this job? Okay. I'm not. There's so much confidence in the background, and I don't mean just confidence, but the confidence in their steely resolve, in all of them having the eyes on the prize to get done what they need to have done. Their confidence in each one another, and the confidence in their timing. It's not a confidence in being arrogant, it's a confidence in their excellence and their ability. They have rehashed whatever plan they're working on a very, very, very long time, and using allies to help out. So there's a lot of anxiety out there for good reason, and people are paying attention. So let's get these astrology cards out here, because I want to know what's happening. Who are you? Ooh, oh, these are just secret. You guys, these are sliding off like, oh my gosh, I can't talk. You guys, I cannot keep up with Joe Biden. Oh, tell me again. I just had a cackle laugh from Biden, like he told a corny joke, like, can you believe it? This feels serious right here. This is what we're gonna do. We have to. We must. So these are on the bottom. Sagittarius, I think we had this last week. Sagittarius, I see. Seeing the bigger picture, law enforcement, the Department of Justice, the law, people abroad. Does this go? Which way does this go? Libra. Okay. Wait, I have a text. I have to just look. Is it the laundry? No, I'm getting texted a picture movie of the laundry, but I can't do anything about that right now. So, here we go. So, we have over here Sagittarius, I see, and we have Libra, I balance. Ooh, let me get my dice. I love my dice. I think I've missed doing these dice a couple times. Let's see what it says first. What do we have here? Dice. What should we be looking at? Ooh, what am I looking at? Oh. We have the sign Leo. Where is that? Right here. We have the planet Mercury. Right here. That's going to retrograde right over Don Julio's sun. And, ooh, we have the 7th house. Asteroid America has the last say. So this is what the dice say. So we'll pay extra attention to that. First house. This quarter moon, your identity. We are Virgo, I analyze. Yeah, there's a lot of analyzing going on. And the GOP sun is right here, you guys. This is the secret. The 8th house of beginnings and endings. So we have the moon, Neptune that got popped by Pallas Athena, punched through it. Our collective pain, the secrets, the hidden enemies that are affecting those things are coming to a beginning and ending here in Sagittarius with the law and shared resources. The hidden enemy, ooh, is the 11th house of friends. Frenemies. I just got this is GOP and networks abroad. These are people here in the US too. Friends, because this is reversed. So we have all this, the establishment, and Jupiter in Pisces. What they've been doing for so freaking long. So this 11th house of networks and friends, we have Mercury retrograde reinvention. I don't know them. Why would I know them? reinvent the blog. Revisit your friends. It's crowning DC with the 10th house. Oh, Chiron, healing, reverse. Now, this Chiron, oh, you know what this is? Do you know? This was over here in the 9th house. And this was the clue that Bill Behind Bars was cooperating. Because, like, how do you heal a 9th house of law enforcement? But now that's reversed. There's a destructive Pluto here. There is also a Pluto return. And Mars is opposite this. I wonder if something backfires on him. Oh, man. Could you imagine? Okay. 9th house. Lands far away, law enforcement we have. The 4th house roots. Who we are at home. What is going on our streets? What is affecting us here at home that we have to defend because there's Mars. And we've got that hacking going on. I should see where that asteroid hack is going on here too. Oh boy. I'm going to switch to black. Okay, so the 8th house. So this is shared resources, debts, taxes, royalties, espionage, things that are taboo, life, death, transformation. We have the Jupiter return benefits. You know what I just got on this? This Jupiter return has been showing up for me as Joe Biden returning. This is reversed. I feel like maybe he's trying to leverage some of his benefits that's going to kind of cut into his stockpile of the honeymoon. Or it's like the GOP trying to really ruin. I'm getting both of that. But we have America here. And this is the law. Sagittarius here. Oh my gosh. Wow, I am very curious about that. So 7th house partners, we have, Earth element stability. This was here last week, and it was right side up. Earth element stability. Gaining stability with our partners, our allies or friends, but even our open adversaries, trying to stabilize things even with the Russia and the GOP, because we don't want them totally out of control. We would like to have a say in how crazy they get or don't get. 6th house, this is public servants, the military, intelligence, investigations, day-to-day routine, healthcare, Capricorn. I feel like this might be infrastructure. And look at that, there's Libra. So having a balance with our resources and bringing stability with our partners and how we do it. 5th house of the sun, we have, look at that. We have Taurus. I have. I just saw Biden say, yeah, your butt's on a platter, GOP. I gotcha. I got your nose. I gotcha. I got a quarter behind your ear. Like that corny stuff. But he has all that he needs. And the astrology dice said, look to Leo. That's the 5th house. Okay, 4th house defenses. This is the 10th house world. Oh. So we are going on defense for the soul of a nation. And it is going to show up in the skies over DC. Someone is getting the short end of the Chiron healing stick. Or we've healed our pain. Third house, I think I said this felt serious. There's 2 cards here. Third house message is reversed. Yeah, this is kind of like, yeah, we have everything we need. We've scrutinized them. There's the opposition who is trying to change the message. And this is solidly where it belongs. Or no more blog. Pisces, I believe. I believe I better get rid of that blog. Wow. And the second house, income gains values, our substance, who we are, we nurture. Gemini, I think I'm done with you. I think we're going to do this a little bit differently because there's the North Node conjunct the Sun, and here and our President Biden is here to walk on and take the stage. Did I get? Yeah. So that's kind of cool. What cards am I using? What am I using? What am I using? What am I using? He has something to say. I can't read those. What do you have to say? What do you have to say? But I want the small deck. Okay. I think I'm doing an oracle and a tarot card. So, I haven't opened this in a while. Ooh. So I'm going to lay out the oracle cards first, face down. This says, I set the intention that whatever is gained from the lessons learned from this tool will be dedicated to the growth of all beings in all places. Guardians of the four corners, Mother in the earth, Father in the sky, angels, ancestors, sacred ones, I call on you and welcome you here now. Oh boy, do you feel that? That just felt like a lot of angel wings fluttering and landing. What are we doing? I just got to check the time. Okay. Ooh. What do I need to put down here? And the tarot. The Everyday Tarot deck. Okay. What needs to go here? What needs to go here? Okay. Oh. Okay, we'll just put all of them there. Wow, that was a lot. Tower. Okay. Do not be afraid of this tower. The tower is a strike. It is force. Mars rules the chart, and we are going on defense here for the United States. Kamala Harris had this as her card of identity. Someone had it on the ascendant in the administration, and I think it's for what's happening now. It has come to fruition. Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is the Mafia card. Reversed, winning unfairly, paying up. We have, with the Oracle, the Sage. Our administration is committed to the cause and devoted. Our elders. That is profound. This is what's feeding this chart. So with this tower, be devoted and committed. The seer. See beyond the current situation. They have got their eyes far beyond what's in front of them. This so speaks to the commitment and the confidence I was talking about earlier. Oh boy, this is going to get messy really quickly. So I have the Tower and the Five Swords reversed. Washington, D.C., who are we? Oh, the Knight of Swords reverse. This is kind of like all in, on a rampage. Not giving in, not looking back. All in. All their intel, everything, all in. It's time. We had analyze. And this is also the reaction of those who are getting swept up. It's going to be a fight, a battle of words, a battle of intelligence. The Oracle says, the Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. So even though this is going on, this is for all of us, even as a nation, that we can be loved. We're lovable, and we have to let ourselves have that. And remember, the dice said, look to Leo. Leo rules the heart. The secret is, the Queen of Wands. Queens are other nations for me. Usually this is the Russia. I don't think this is Pelosi. I think this is another nation. Is the secret. The Oracle card that goes with that is Shaman. Trust in higher forces. This is where we really have to have our faith and believe. Trust in higher forces that what you see, what they're doing is what they're doing. Trust in higher forces that don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by the gig going on around us. The hidden enemy, the Three of Cups reversed. This is a conspiracy. A conspiracy has been unearthed, overturned, or been executed. And there will be pushback from that. The hidden enemy is the spring. See your seeds grow. I think this references to Donald's desire of a second insurrection. The 11th house, friends networks. We also had this pointing to this. The 10 of Cups. Has been a couple of things for me. Those P-boys, people like them. The GOP. The donors. The Kochs. The heritage. And I just got Florida. The Trader, look at that. Exchange energy to create abundance. So I think this is about this Ten of Cups deal going through Florida with their trade and how they were trying to create abundance, whether it's through the vote suppression or maybe even in the Texas and the oil. Crowning DC. The Queen of Swords, that would be the law, our DOJ. Maybe laws of other nations. The Oracle says the Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions. So what we're saying and feeling, connect with it, the good and the bad. Don't beat yourself up over it, but there's going to be a flood of emotions with a lot of things that are happening. Lands far away, the Justice Department, the law enforcement, faith, higher philosophy. We have the Three of... Biden had this last week. He was putting something out there. Showing up here. He's waiting on something. Coming in. The Ten of Wands, that will help ease his burdens, I think. The Oracle says, winter. Take care of your needs. What was last winter? January 6th. Him sworn in. He talked about us heading into a long, dark winter. We're still in part of that, and I think it has to do with what's going on abroad. It's kind of shifted. Shared resources. I don't know why. This is sideways. Ha! Well, how about that? The star goes either way. There's a really big tug and pull between both sides wanting their hope to rise up, their plan, the thing they've been working on, to rise above the rest of them. So this is a real tug of war. The Oracle says the Sun. This is a tug of war on the office of the President of the United States. We're going to be still battling this. So the Sun, isn't that gorgeous? Enjoy success and happiness. Our partnerships. Open adversary. Ooh, boy, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. Someone has power, but not really. I need to draw a card with another ace. Oh, so this was kind of sideways. People trying to leverage their power, but not really being able to do it, and needing more support, but there isn't really that guarantee there for them. I just had Mansion go through my mind. The Fire Guardian, ignite your passions. Do it, Joe. Do it. Get it done. Sixth house, public servants, military, our leaders. Oh boy, that's the Page of Cups reversed. This is a person, this has shown up as nest, or it could be the kids. Something isn't quite right here. The Oracle says, the Mirror Guardian, take time to reflect. Be careful of your words. You're advised as to what you say can and will be used against you. Think about it. Fifth house of the Sun, the Knight of Pentacles. He has the goods. I just feel like so much is coming into him that is of value. All his cabinet, step by step, progressing in such a methodical manner checking off each thing that they have to get done. He's making sure all of his ducks are in a row. Arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy. Okay, let's surround our cabinet with protective energies this week, you guys. This is like going to war, you guys. This arrow is not broken. Broken arrows are a time of peace. This arrow, eyes on the prize, needing protection. Fourth house, defenses. Oh boy. The Knight of Wands reversed. So our defenses, we're still laying low, you guys. We still need to lay low because we can't let the whole plan out. This is being so methodical that you can't even get an idea what the game plan is. And they cannot let anything leak out because that could blow everything. I think that's why they've been able to stay on top of everything. They don't leak. The Druid, hold the space. So this tells me they're ready. They're just holding the space until it's time. They're set up and ready to go, you guys. Got a lot here in this third house. We have Justice reversed. Some messages. Oh, the Four of Cups reversed is an offer, maybe. Well, if you don't like that offer, you're going to get something else. The Four of Pentacles. This is stability, instability. This is a change in how we do things. This is like no quarter. There's no more defense left. You guys are out. This is no turning back. Holy cow, we've got Justice. With the Snake. Shed old skin. This is like grow a new spine. Shed that old skin because that's not how the game is played anymore. We're here with our fangs to attack. The Snake is also a sign of Scorpio. Beginnings and endings. Low in the grass. Holding their space. No quarter. It seems like things are going to be moving quickly. Second house, income gains values. Two cups. We've got some broken agreements. I just not into you that much. Been there, done that. No more BS. We're done. I am done with this bullshittery. The Medicine Guardian. Be open to healing information. I'm not taking your bullshit. This has been broken. I'm open to any evidence you have to help heal our nation. But that's as far as that goes. Wow, you guys. Just wow. Holy cow. Okay, I'm going to get a drink and I'm going to check in with you guys. Wow. 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 Drink. Okay. So, are we having a discussion? Okay. Sherry, we're just going to chill out. There's so much going on. There's no need to worry. Chill. You're welcome here. We all have our opinions. We're all in this together. We're not here to be divided. Okay. Hold this space, hold my beer. Okay, so I think that's it, you guys. I think that's it. I'm going to end here. This was a lot. I really liked this Taroscope. I really loved the stories about where we were and where we're going and how it all weaves together. Things are tightening up. It's kind of like it's here. It's here. It's a-coming. So you guys have a great evening. We will catch up with you later. I'll see you on the Twitter machine. Thank you so much, moderators. Thank you so much. Just could not do this without you guys. Have a good evening. Thank you so much for your donations. They're always so appreciated. You guys wow me all the time. So, Danielle, what Oracle deck is that? This is the Angels and Ancestors Oracle Cards Guidebook, Kyle Gray and Lily Moses. Thank you, Desrat. Bye, Electra. Yeah, a lot is going to happen. Thank you, Holly. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you, and good morning, Michael. Have a good night. Happy Corpus Christi, everyone. That is very interesting. Good night, Sharon. Good night. We'll see you soon. Bye.